शान्तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं राधाकृष्णपादान् सगणयिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्। नष्टप्रायेषु भद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवति उत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी। तदा रजस्तमोभावा कामलोभादेशे चेतैर्नाविद्धं स्थितं सत्त्वे प्रसीदति। जयनामधेय मुनिवृन्दगेय जनरञ्जनाय परमाक्षराकृते समनादरादपि मनागुदिरितं निखिलोग्रतापटली विलुम्पसि यदा वासो प्रोद्यन् कवलितभवध्वान्तविभवो दृशं तत्त्वान्धानामपि दिशति भक्तिप्रणयिनीं जनस्तस्योदात्त जगति भगवन्नामतरणे कृत्यन्ते निर्भक्तं कः महिमानं प्रभवति। यद्ब्रह्म साक्षात्कृतनिष्ठयापि विनाशमायाति विना न भोगैः अपैनामस्फुरणेन दत्ते प्रारब्धकर्मेति विरोधि वेदा अगरमनेशोरानन्दनो नन्दसूनो कमलनयन गोपीचन्द्रवृन्दावनेन्द्रा प्रणतकृष्णावृत्यनेकस्वरूपे वैरतिममोच्चैर्वर्धतां नामधेयम्। अलं प्रीतिभवार्तया किमिति सार्वभौमश्रिया विग्रहवर्धिनी भवतु मोक्षलक्ष्मीरपि कलिन्दगिरिनन्दिनी तृणनिकुञ्जपुञ्जोदरे मनोहरति केवलम् अतितमालनीरम्। वेपन्ते दुरितानि मोहमहिमा सम्मोहमालम्बते सातङ्कं नखरञ्जनीं कलयति श्रीचित्रगुप्ताकृति आनन्दं मधुपर्कसंवृतविदो वेदाकरोत्युद्धरणं वक्तुं नाम्नि तवेश्वरा विलसते ब्रूमत्किमन्यत् परम्। First of all, offer my millions of obeisances to lotus feet of Asmati Guru Pad Padma Nitya Purishta Guru Shri Srimad Bhakti-Vidanta Narayan Goswami Maharaj, Dandi Swami Shri Srimad Bhakti-Vidanta Dandi Maharaj, Namnishta Sant Shri Aniruddhas Prabhuji, all the Vaishnavas and Vaishnavis are gathered here. Please accept my humble obeisance. Today is Kamika Ekadashi and we are discussing Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 1, Chapter 7, text number 24. सेव जीवलोकस्य माया मोहित चेतसा विदत्से स्वेन वीर्येण श्रेयो धर्मादिलक्षणम्. Saha, that transcendence, eva certainly, jiva lokasya of the conditioned living beings, maya mohita, captivated by the illusory energy, chetasa by the heart, vidatse execute, svena by your own, viryena influence, shreya ultimate good, dharma adi four principles of liberation, lakshanam characterized by. And yet, though you are beyond the purview of the material energy, you execute the four principles of liberation characterized by religion and so on for the ultimate good of the conditioned soul. The personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna, out of his causeless mercy, descends on the manifested world without being influenced by the material modes of nature. He is eternally beyond the material manifestations. He descends out of his causeless mercy only to reclaim the fallen souls who are captivated by the illusory energy. They are attacked by the material energy and they want to enjoy her under false pretext. Although in essence, the living entity is unable to enjoy, one is eternally the servitor of the Lord. And when he forgets the position, he thinks of enjoying the material world, but actually he is in illusion. The Lord descends to these false sense of enjoyment and thus reclaim conditioned souls back to Godhead. That is the all merciful nature of the Lord for the fallen souls. स एव हि जीवलोकस्य मायामोहितचेतसा विदत्से स्वेन वीर्येण श्रेयो धर्मादिलक्षणम्. And yet, though you are beyond the purview of the material energy, you execute the four principles of liberation characterized by religion and so on for the ultimate good of the conditioned souls. Prabhupada. स एव जीवलोकस्य मायामोहितचेतसा विदत्से स्वेन वीर्येण श्रेयो धर्मादिलक्षणम्. So, Krishna is who is described in the previous verse. That is described in the Vedanta Sutra. Janmadasya Yetu. Bhagavatam 1.1.1 also says the same thing. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Janmadasya Yetu Anvayaritakashyartheshva Vijnaswarat Tene Brahma Udhayadi Kavaye Muyyanti Suraya Tejovani Mridam Yatha Vinimayo Yatra Trisargo Mrusha Dhamna Sena Sa Nirasta Kuhaka Satyam Param Him. O my Lord Shri Krishna, son of Vasudeva, O all pervading personality of Godhead, I offer my respectful obeisances unto you. I meditate upon Lord Shri Krishna because he is the absolute truth and the primeval cause of all causes of the creation, sustenance, and destruction of the manifested universes. He is directly and indirectly conscious of all manifestations and is independent because there is no other cause beyond him. It is he only who first imparted the Vedic knowledge unto the heart of Brahmaji, the original living being. By him, even the great sages and demigods are placed in delusion, as one is bewildered by the illusory representations of water seen in fire or land seen on water. Only because of him do the material universe temporarily manifested by the reactions of the three modes of nature appear factual, although they are unreal. I therefore meditate upon him. Which is forever free from the illusory representations of the material world. I meditate upon him for he is the absolute truth. So this is what is explained in the first verse of Bhagavatam, and also this is the first verse of Vedanta. So he is original person. Just like in our family wise or Guru Parampara wise, there is somebody original person. Similarly, the whole creation, there is original person. In the Srimad Bhagavatam, it is said, Aham asam agre. Aham asam agre. In the Vedic literature, so Aham asam agre. Aham asam agre means he is, before everything was there, Sri Krishna was there. So in Chatushloki also it is so. Sri Krishna is, before anything is there, Krishna was there. Aham asam agre. Aham eva asam eva agre. Nanya yat sat asat param. Pasyadaham yad etaccha yo avashishyeta sosmiham. Before the creation of this world, only I existed. The gross and the subtle, up to the indefinable Brahman. In other words, the cause Sat and the effect Asat did not exist. Nothing other than I existed. What manifested in the form of creation is also I, and after annihilation only I will remain. So this is the first verse of Chatushloki Bhagavatam. Evasam evagre. eva sam eva agre. Only I was existing before creation, where there was nothing but myself. This is the Srimad Bhagavatam, verse 2.9.33. Chatushloki Bhagavatam. Bhagavan has given this to Brahmaji. Before the creation of this world, only I existed. The gross and the subtle, up to the indefinable Brahma. In other words, the cause Sat and the effect Asat did not exist. Nothing other than I existed. What is manifested in the form of creation is also I. After creation, it is also I, and after annihilation, also I remain. Idgana Swarupa Krishna Nitya Sanatana Krishna Shakti Parinati Anya Sangatana Sakalera Avasheshe Krishna Chidbhaskara Avichintya Veda Veda Tattva Krishnetara. So, in this text, the word Aham Eva means certainly I are used three times. That is because Bhagavan is eternally present since time immemorial in his form possessed of all opulence. Bhagavan has used these words certainly I three times to refute the doctrine of persons who consider Parabrahma to be without form. The implied meaning is, now I am present before you as a great ocean of supremely captivating beauty, qualities and sweetness. I was also present before this creation. In other words, at the time of the Mahapralaya, annihilation of the universe, at the end of Brahma's life, at that time, except for creating the world consisting of the five elements, Bhagavan was performing all his past activities. Bhagavan's eternal confidential pastimes were also present within him, as were his associates, who are assistants in his pastimes. At the time of the Mahapralaya, the material universes are destroyed, but Bhagavan's transcendental pastimes and his various forms, abodes, and intimate associates are all eternally existent. Bhagavan is present both before and after the creation. The entire material world is the manifestation of Bhagavan's Bahiranga Shakti, and the living entity is Tatastha Shakti. Therefore, this material world is not separate from Bhagavan. Bhagavan is situated in unlimited Vaikuntha planets in his form complete with six opulences. In the material world, he is present as the super soul, Antaryami, and he appears as Matsya and other incarnations when needed. According to impersonalists, Nirvisheshavadis, only the impersonal Brahman existed at first. To defeat this doctrine, Sri Bhagavan says to Brahma, beyond the cause, Sat, and the effect Asat is the supreme entity, Brahman. That Brahman is nothing other than me. Few can realize my personal form replete with transcendental pastimes. They can only realize the impersonal form, Nirvishesh Swarup. You, however, can realize my form full of transcendental beauty and all qualities by my blessings and mercy. So here, very important that source of everything, and he has a form. Bible also says, right? God made a man after his own image. So in the Vedic literature, Eko Narayana Asi. Eko Narayana Asi. That original person. So in the beginning, there was only Narayana. So I think in Upanishad also it is told, Narayana Ajayata, Narayana. So here also, the Narayan Shruti, there is a Shruti called Narayan Shruti says, Eko Narayana Asit, Na Brahma Na Cha Shankara. In the beginning, there was only Sri Bhagavan Narayan. Neither Brahma nor Shiva existed. It is very clearly told. Smritis have also told like this. Eko Narayana Evasin Na Brahma Na Cha Shankara. In the beginning, there was only Narayan, not Brahma nor Shiva. This way, this proves that um, also there is one Maha Upanishad, text 1, Eko Havai Narayana Asit. In the beginning only Narayana existed, Maha Upanishad. So Shruti very clearly tells. Eko Havai Purusho Narayana Asit na Brahma na Shankara. So Munir Bhutva Samachintaya Tat Ete Vejayanta Vishnu Hiranyagarbho Agnir Varuna Rudrendrasthatha Sabra Brahmana Sujati Rudrena Shariti Iti Adi. Before the creation, only the Supreme Person, Bhagavan Narayana existed. At that time, neither Brahma nor even Shankar was there. Bhagavan, taking the form of a sage, began to contemplate the means for bringing about the creation of the universe, which then took place through Hiranyagarbha. Agni, Varuna, Rudra, Indra, and other demigods also became manifest. Furthermore, Bhagavan takes the form of Brahma to create and the form of Rudra to destroy. But Sri Hari himself, who is the intrinsic form of Supreme Bliss, is completely devoid of the influences of creation and dissolution. He performs the duties of cosmic creation, maintenance, and destruction in the forms of the Guna avatars. His quality of being Shambhu occurs by his acceptance of material modes, such as the mode of ignorance. It is stated in Srimad Bhagavatam 10.88.5. Harirhi nirguna sakshat purusha prakrite para shiva shakti yuta shashvat trilingo guna samvrata. Shri Hari, who is transcendent to material nature and free from mundane qualities, is directly the Supreme Personality of Godhead. However, Shiva is simultaneously possessed of three types of false ego, namely goodness, passion, and ignorance, and is always connected with the illusory potency. Therefore, Jiva can only become transcendental to the material modes by the performance of Sri Hari Bhajan. And Krishna says, Aham Agre Asa. So he is the original person, Adyam. In the Bhagavad Gita also it is said, Param Brahma Param Dhama Pavitram Paramam Bhavan Purusham Shashvatam Divyam Adi Devam Ajam Vivam Ausvam Rishaya Sarve Devarshi Narada Satha Asito Devalo Vyasa Swam Chaiva Pravishime. Arjuna is telling, Param Brahma Param Dhama Pavitram Paramam Bhavan Purusham Shashvatam Divyam Adivam Ajambyam. Contrary to the meaning of the shloka, ignorant persons do not accept that Sri Bhagavan is the supreme absolute truth. Param Brahma, possessed of spiritual form, Param Dhama, and supremely pure, Param Pavitra. They also do not believe that he is an eternal person, Shashvat Purusha, the original God, Adi Deva, who is unborn, Aja, and all-pervading, all Sarva-Vyapaka, and who is endowed with transcendental opulence, Divya Aishwarya. Although Arjuna is highly learned, for the welfare of humanity, is inquiring from Bhagavan, Shri Krishna, as if he were an ignorant person, so that Bhagavan may deliver these tattvas from his lotus mouth. So here, this verse, Param Brahma Param Dhama Pavitram Paramam Bhavan Purushashvatam Divyam Adidevam Ajamvidum Austam Rushya Sarve Devarshi Narada Satha Asito Devalo Vyasa Swayam Chaiva Pravishime. Arjuna said, I know that you are the supreme absolute truth and the supreme abode. You are supremely pure and the destroyer of the impurity of ignorance. The great rishis such as Devashi Narad, Asita, Devala, and Vyasa also glorify you as the eternal personality. transcendental and primeval Lord, who is unborn and omnipresent. Now you yourself are saying this to me. Arjun now speaks this shloka beginning with the word param with a desire to hear in detail the meaning of what was previously described in brief. Param means the highest and dham means you are Param Brahma, having the beautiful form of Shama Sundar. According to the Amar Kosh dictionary, Gruha, home, Deha, body, twit, complexion, and Prabha, glory, and Dham, abode are all synonymous. You are that very Dham. Unlike the Jivas, there is no difference between you and your body. What is the Swarupa of that Dham? In response, Shri Bhagavan says, Pavitram Paramam. Whoever sees the Swarupa of this form becomes free from the impurity of ignorance. Therefore, the sages call you Shashvatam Purusham Ahu, the eternal person, and glorify the eternal nature of your human form. So here, Sri Krishna is the original person. And if somebody questions that, if Krishna is the original person, who is the origin of Krishna? Naturally, we can ask that because our experience is different. That answer is there in Brahma Samhita. Ishvara Parama Krishna Satchidananda Vigraha Anadiradir Govinda Sarvakarana Karanam. Ishvara Parama Krishna Satchidananda Vigraha Anadiradir Govinda Sarvakarana Karanam. The Supreme Lord, the embodiment of truth, consciousness and joy, is Govinda Krishna. He is without beginning, the origin of all that be, and the cause of all causes. The Supreme Lord Ishvara is Krishna. His form is eternal, all-knowing and blissful. Ishvara Parama Krishna Satchidananda Vigraha Anadiradir Govinda Sarvakarana Karanam. Here Krishna means Vrajanandan Krishna. Parameshwara, the supreme controller, that is to say, the controller of all the controllers, and the original source of all incarnation. Satchidananda Vigraha, his body is endowed with three potencies of existence, knowledge, and bliss. Sandhini, Sambit, and Ladini. Govinda, he is known as Govinda, meaning he to whom service should be rendered through the senses. And he is the presiding deity of the practical process of devotional service, Avideya Tattva. Anadi, without a beginning. Adi, the original form of all else. Sarva Karana Karanam, the cause of all causes, or the original person. Shri Krishna Govinda is the embodiment of eternity, knowledge, and bliss. He is the supreme personality of Godhead, the controller of all lesser controllers, and the source of all incarnation. He has no beginning or origin, though he is the source of everything and the cause of all causes. So here, Krishna has been said that it is source of everything. In Bhagavatam also it is called, right? Yete Shakala Pumsam Krishnastu Bhagavan Swayam. All the incarnations of Godhead are either plenary expansions or expansions of the expansions of the Supreme Person. But Shri Krishna is himself the original personality of Godhead. So, in this verse, Krishna has also been called the Supreme Controller or the controller of all the controllers, Ishvara Parama. Other incarnations of Krishna are also called controllers, Ishvara. Therefore, only the origin of all incarnations, Sri Krishna has been called the Supreme Controller, Parameshwara. It is stated in Shastra. Let me try to understand Sri Krishna, who is the Supreme Controller of all controllers, the Supreme Worshipable Deity among all worshipable deities, the Supreme Progenitor of all progenitors, and the Master of the entire creation. So in this first verse, Ishvara Parama Krishna, the word Krishna is the subject, and all the other words take the role of adjectives. All the famous perfect authorities, including Sri Shukadeva Goswami, have established Shri Krishna is the source of all incarnations by phrases such as Krishnavatara Mahotsava, the great festival of Shri Krishna's descent. The invocation of Samopanishad also supports this through the kirtan of Krishna's names in verses such as Krishnaya Vasudevaya Devaki Nandanaya Cha. At the time of Krishna's appearance, when Gargacharya came to Nanda Gokul and performed Shri Krishna's name-giving ceremony, Gargarishi said, "O Nanda, your son has appeared in previous ages as well. He came in a white form in Satyuga, a red form in Treta Yuga, a yellow form in Kali Yuga, and now in Dwapar Yuga, he has appeared with a blackish complexion. Therefore, this boy is Krishna." In that statement of Gargacharya, the phrase Krishnatam Gata, Asan Varna Trayayasya, Grunato Anuyugam Tanu, Sukla Raktasatha Pita, Idanim Krishnatam Gata, means Krishna Swarupatam Gata, entered into Krishna's original form. It is evident from this statement that all the incarnations attain identity with Krishna by entering into Krishna's original form. This conclusion is supported by the logic of filling a pot with milk. Just as a pot is full of milk, so the Shastra is filled with the names of Sri Krishna. So all in all, the supreme truth, the supreme non-dual reality has been called Sri Krishna. In the Prabhas Khanda of the Padma Puran, there is a discussion between Sri Narad and Kushadhwaj, in which the following verse has been cited. Nam Nam Mukhyatamam Nama Krishnakhyam me Param Tapa. O subduer of enemies, the name Krishna is foremost among all my names. Therefore, it is said in Sri Krishna Ashtottara Shatanama Stotra in Brahmanda Puran, Sahasranamnam Punyanam Tiravatyat Yatphalam Ekavrityat Krishnasya Namayakam Tat Prayachati. The result that comes from reciting the entire Vishnu Sahasranam, 1,000 names of Vishnu, thrice is attained by reciting the name Krishna only once. In this way, the specific glories of the name of Krishna have been highlighted. In the present verse, also Brahmaji has offered prayers to Sri Krishna by the name Govinda. Govinda is Sri Krishna himself, the protector of cows, gopis, cowherd boys, and all the residents of Vraja. To illuminate this special quality of his, he has been called Gavendra, Lord of the cows. Krishna's supremacy is proved by the logic of giving free rein, Mukta Pragraha Vritti, and solid evidence from scriptures. Adjectives such as Ishvara in the first verse also specifically confirm this point. Krishna's supremacy also pointed out through his endless qualities. For example, Shri Gargacharya said, Asan Varnastrayo Yasya Drunato Anuyugam Tanu Shuklo Raktastatha Pita Idanim Krishnatam Gata Bahuni Santi Namani Rupani Chasutasyate Guna Karmanu Rupani Tani Aham Jana. O Nanda Maharaj, your son has many qualities and activities in accordance with which he has many names at different times. This is known only to me and to no one else. In every yuga, he appears in different incarnations, and now he has appeared as Krishna. So all the incarnations who have appeared since the beginning of the creation, such as Shukla, have come within Krishna. Idanim Krishna Tamgata. That is, all incarnations are combined together in Krishna. Therefore, Krishna's superiority is revealed by his status as the actual agent. All the avatars are only forms of Krishna. From the verse beginning with Bahuni Santi Namani Rupani, it is understood that all names and forms are names and forms of Krishna. Thus, his distinguishing uniqueness is also proven by his qualities. Furthermore, the following verse exclusively describes Sri Krishna and cannot be applicable to anyone else. Ishi Vachaka Shabdo Nashani Vrittirvachaka Tayoraikyam Param Brahma Krishna Iti Abhiriyate. Mahabharata Udyog Parva 71.4. The word Krishna is the attractive feature of the Lord's existence, and na means spiritual pleasure. When the verb Krishna is added to na, it becomes Krishna, which indicates the absolute truth. The verbal root Krishna indicates all that exists, bhuvachaka, and na indicates attraction that negates everything else, nivritti vachaka. The combined form of these two is Sri Krishna. In the Gautamiya Tantra, one of the Sattvat Tantras, which are all primarily concerned with the worship of Sri Krishna, there is a similar verse in the description of the 18 syllable mantra 2.60. Krishi Shabdasya Sattartho Nashyananda Swarupaka Sukha Rupo Bhavedatma Bhavanandamayasya Tata. The word Krishi indicates existence or truth and Na refers to the embodiment of natural bliss. The combined meaning is one who his existence is characterized by bliss and one who attracts all and bestows bliss upon them. Such is the transmission nature of Sri Krishna. He is the embodiment of happiness and his very nature is the topmost transcendental bliss. Many meanings can be derived from this name. The verbal root bhu found in the verse at the bottom of the previous page refers to existence. The meaning can also be taken in this context as attraction. In the Gautamiya Tantra, the word bhu has been accepted as a statement of existence. For example, both syllables of the Sanskrit word ghata, which refer to narrow-mouthed water pot, are required to distinguish it as the word that refers to water pot. Thus, when we say ghata, it is understood that we are referring to a water pot. Although the word pata, cloth, differs from ghata by only one syllable, it is completely distinct from the word ghata and the object referred to by ghata. Similarly, in the present context, bhu and satta were only proclaim the all attractiveness of Sri Krishna. Furthermore, nivritti can only be taken to mean bliss, ananda. The two words together, tayorakyam, give a distinct meaning according to the grammatical rule of giving preference to the composite meaning when two words refer to the same subject. This is the etymology of the word Krishna. Tayorakyam param brahma. When combined, the words for undivided existence, satta, and unbroken bliss, ananda, indicate that param brahma, who is supreme in every possible way and who is the greatest of the great, is called Krishna. But here, taking the verbal root Krishna as meaning attractive and taking Na as Ananda, one should understand that the description of their inseparable nature has been given in the mood of relation between cause and effect, and not by the grammatical rule of taking them as referring to the same subject. The logic of ghee is like Ayur Ghrutam is used to show that in the form of Sri Krishna, existence has an abundant measure of attraction. It is stated in the Vishnu Puran 1.12.55, Brahmatvat Gruhanatvacha Yad Brahmam Param Vidu. One who is great and makes others great is Parabrahma. It is also stated in the Shruti. Atha kasmat uchyate Brahma Brahmati Bruham Brahmati Brahmayati cha. What is Brahma? Brahma is one who is great and who makes others great. The impersonalists accept that the word satta, existence, and ananda, bliss, mean the same, but such logic is inconsistent. The literal meaning of the word satta, existence, being a statement of the existence of the Supreme Being, indicates that all sages and saints are attracted to Sri Krishna. In the Shruti it is said, Sadeva Soumya idam agrayasi. O Soumya, before the creation, only the eternal form, Sat Swarupa Bhagwan, existed. Bhagwan, whose intrinsic form and nature are eternal, has both complete bliss and complete attraction. That is certain that the word Krishna in this first verse of the Brahma Samhita is a noun and the other words are adjectives. The impersonalists use the analogy of the tree, but in the phrase Vriksha Taruhu, there is no relationship of noun and adjective, since both words refer equally to tree. Therefore, the impersonalist statement that Satta and Ananda have the same meaning is completely rational. The verse from the Gautami Tantra is explained thus. So, we see that how Krishna is the original personality of Godhead. So here, Anadir Adi, Adi Adya Purusha. But if you question who is the cause of Krishna, Anadi, he has no cause. That is God. You go on searching after one after another. My origin is my father. My father's origin is his father. His father's origin is his father. Then his father. In this way, you go on researching. Then come to Brahma. Brahma. Brahma is Adi Kavi. In this material world, in this universe, Adi Kavi, Tene Brahma Radaya Adi Kavi. So he is Adi, original first created being. Then who is his Adi? Where from Brahma is coming? That is Krishna. Tene Brahma Rudhadi Kavaye Bhuyanti Astunya. So in this way, when you come to Krishna, Brahma is coming from Vishnu, Garbhodakasha Vishnu. Swayambhu. He is born of the lotus flower. That Garbhodakasha Vishnu is coming from Karnodaksha Vishnu. And Karnodaksha Vishnu is coming from Sankarshan. Sankarshan is coming from Aniruddha. And Aniruddha from Pradyumna, and like that. Ultimately Krishna. Therefore Krishna is Adyam. And Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita, Mattah Paramnanya Kinchidasti Dhananjaya Mai Sarvam Idam Protam Sutre Manigana Iva. That there is no truth higher than me. Mattah Parataramnanya Kinchidasti Dhananjaya Mai Sarvam Idam Protam Sutre Manigana Iva. O Dhananjay, O winner of wealth Arjuna, there does not exist anything else greater than me. All this universe is dependent on me as jewels on a thread. O Dhananjay, there is nothing superior to me. This whole universe is dependent on me like jewels strung on a thread. Shri Bhagavan says in this way, I am the cause of everything, just as the cause and effect are non-different from each other, so are the energy and the energetic. Nehana Sati Kinchana. Nothing exists except for Advaya Brahma, the one non-dual absolute truth in various forms. Aranyaka Upanishad 4.4.19. So Krishna is the source of everything. And everything rests upon him. Parataramnanya Kinchidasti Dhananjaya Mai Sarvamidam Protam Sutre Manigana Iva. So there is no more. So that is God. You go on researching, Adyam, Adyam, Adyam. When you come to a point, there is no more Adyam, that is God. Ishvara Parama Krishna Sachidananda Vigraha Anadiradir Govinda Sarvakarana Karanam. Saeva, that is Adi Purusha, that original person. He comes down, descends in this material world, Jiva Lokasya. This is called Jiva Lokasya. This material world is called Jiva Loka because here Atma, the soul, is covered, conditioned. We have given the meaning. Jiva Loka means when the Atma is conditioned. That is called Jiva Loka. There is no freedom. Just like there are so many planets. You have got airplane, but you have got airplane, you cannot go there. Condition. You cannot go. They are trying 1, 2 planets, moon planet or Mars planet. No, you cannot go there. What to speak of other planets? If you want to go there, then you have to qualify yourself. Not that because you have got a machine, you can go there. No. Scientists have been trying their moon mission, but actually it's a moon hoax. It is very doubtful that they are able to go to the other planet. It is not easy to go to the other planet. Because you need if you want to go to the sun planet, you need a fiery body. So, if you want to go to the sun planet, you need a fiery body of fire. How can you go there? So condition means you have to fulfill the condition. Just like from here, I want to go to America, then I have to fulfill the condition, the visa condition, the passport condition, the health condition, the custom condition, and so many conditions. You cannot go immediately, or nobody can come from there also. There also. In every respect, we are conditioned. Every respect. This body is conditioned. We cannot enjoy this body unconditionally. No, that is not possible. You have to change. Dehinasmin yatha dehe kaumaram yauvanam jara. The body has to be changed. A baby has to be changed to become a boy. A boy has to be changed to become a young man. A young man has to be changed to an old man. You cannot stop that. Therefore, it is called Jiva Loka, conditioned world. Every one of us is conditioned. An animal is conditioned. There are so many animals in the jungle. They are conditioned. They cannot come in the city or in the town. We are conditioned. We cannot go to the jungle. Condition. Every step there is condition. So that is our bondage. We are mamai mausho jiva loke jiva bhuta sanatana. We are part and parcel of Krishna. Why you are conditioned? The condition is because Maya Mohita Chetasa. So we are actually the separated portion of Bhagavan. Mamai Mansho Jiva Loke Jiva Bhuta Sanatana. Oh Arjuna, I am Sarveshwara, the Lord of all. All jivas are my parts and they are all eternal, like the empty space inside a water pot. They are not fabricated or false. Due to being conditioned and opposed to me, they are struggling intensely with the mind and the five senses in this material world. So, according to the statement, Mamai Mausha Jiva Loke, Jiva Bhuta Sanatana, the Jiva is an insignificant part of Bhagavan. The Jiva is eternally his part, and in no state can he become one with Bhagavan by merging with him. The Jiva cannot merge with Bhagavan. Mamai Mausho Jiva Loke Jiva Bhuta Sanatana. The living entity is my part and parcel. He exists eternally as an individual living entity and is therefore eternal by nature. Thus, the living entity is called superior energy. Prakriti means that the living entity is a reflection of the image of Bhagavan, who is manifest as the indwelling witness, the super soul. In the form of the knower of the body, the living entity has attained a state like one of the Lord's predominating potencies. Therefore, it is also stated in Bhagavad Gita. Prakritim vidhi me param jivabhutam mahabaho yedam dharyate jagat. The eternal intrinsic nature of the living entity is also established by the Shveta Upanishad. Va suparna sayuja sakhaya. There the individual Jivatma and Paramatma have been compared to two birds sitting on a branch of the peepal tree. Just as the relationship between the sun and its rays is eternal, similarly living entities have an eternal relationship with Bhagavan, the transcendental sun. Since the living entities are particles of the rays of Bhagavan, they are not temporary like material substances. And his spiritual qualities are also partially present in them. Therefore, by its intrinsic nature, the living entity is knowledge, the knower, the possessor of ego, the enjoyer, the thinker, and the doer. Shri Krishna is unlimited, omniscient, and omnipotent. The living entity is Bhagavan's eternal servant, and Bhagavan is the Jiva's eternal master. The living entities are also eligible for exchanging transcendental loving mellows with Bhagavan. From the Bhagavad Gita statement, Apareyam itastamanyam prakritim vidyame param jiva bhutam mahabhav yedam dharyate jagat. It is understood that the living entity is Sri Krishna's superior potency. All the qualities of the pure Jivatma are beyond the 8 components of the inferior energy, beginning with false ego. Thus, although the potency that comprises the living entity is insignificant, being composed of tiny spiritual particles, it is still superior to Maya. This potency is also known as the marginal potency. The word marginal, tatastha, indicates that it is situated on the marginal line between the material world, between the material energy and the eternal reality of spiritual existence. The living entity is liable to come under the control of Maya because of its infinitesimal nature. The living entities who have been conditioned from time immemorial suffer the distress of material existence and repeatedly rotate in the cycle of birth and death. However, when the living entity submits and remains under the control of Sri Krishna, the master of Maya, he can never fall under the control of Maya. So, we are part and parcel of Krishna. So, why you are conditioned? The condition is because Maya Mohita Chetasa, Maya Mohita. They are bewildered by Maya. Maya means what is not. Maya. So, because we are under the clutches of Maya, this material world, therefore we have been conditioned. That Maya is forgetfulness of our relationship with God. That is Maya. Krishna Vairmukhaya Bhogavancha Kare Nikatastha Maya Tare Jhapatiya Dhare. The Jiva, when we forget Krishna, our relationship with Krishna, what is that relationship? Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, Jivera Swarupahaya Krishna Dasa Krishnera Tatastha Shakti Veda Veda Prakasha Suryansha Kirana Jaiche Agni Jwala Chaya Swabhavika Krishner Trina Prakara Shakti Haya. It is the living entity's constitutional position to be an eternal servant of Krishna because he is the marginal energy of Krishna and is a manifestation simultaneously one with and different from the Lord, like a molecular particle of sunshine or fire. Krishna has three varieties of energy. Srila Sanatana Goswami asked Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who am I? In answer, the Lord replied, you are a pure living entity. You are neither the gross material body nor the subtle body composed of mind and intelligence. Actually, you are a spirit soul, eternally part and parcel of the Supreme Lord Krishna. Therefore, you are his eternal servant. You belong to Krishna's marginal potency. There are two worlds, the spiritual world and the material world. And you are situated within the material and spiritual potency. You have a relationship with both the material and the spiritual world. Therefore, you are called the marginal potency. You are related with Krishna as one and simultaneously different. Because you are spirit soul, you are one in quality with the Supreme Personality of Godhead. But because you are a very minute particle of spirit soul, you are different from the Supreme Soul. Therefore, your position is simultaneously one and different from the Supreme Soul. The examples given are those of the sun itself and the small particles of sunshine and of a blazing fire and the small particles of fire. Other explanation of these verses can be found in Adi Lila chapter 2, verse 96. So that is our relationship. We are eternal servant of Krishna. When we forget this, we want to enjoy. We want to be master of all I serve. I am the monarch of all I serve. I think I shall become independent and I shall enjoy. I shall improve my economic conditions. I shall be very happy. This is called Maya Mohita Chetasa. He will never be because he is conditioned. He cannot improve. That is not possible. That is called destiny. So here, the Jiva is actually bewildered by Maya. That is why called Maya. Conditioned Jiva is Maya Mohita Chetasa. Living entity becomes Maya Mohita. So the living entity becomes bewildered by Maya, and that becomes Maya Mohita. Bewildered by Krishna's illusory potency. So the Western principle people, they say, why should any animal take, you cannot improve the condition. Suppose the pig is conditioned to live in a very filthy place and eat stool, urine. You cannot improve that condition. By a philanthropic mentality, if you want to improve its condition, not to live in filthy place, not to eat stool, if you try to give them halwa instead of stool, they cannot. That is not possible. This is called condition. This is the stool for, the hogs, they always like to eat stool. You cannot give them halwa. Therefore, Shastra says that you are conditioned. You cannot change the condition. So there is no need of endeavoring for changing the condition. That is not possible. Daivi esha gunamai mama maya duratyaya mamevaye prapadyante maya metam tarantite. Daivi esha gunamai mama maya duratyaya. That this illusory potency of Krishna is also a powerful Daivi. So unless we surrender to Krishna, this divine potency of mind known as Devi Maya consists of three modes of nature, Sattva, Rajas and Tamas. Human beings cannot cross over this Maya by their own efforts, and therefore it is very difficult to overcome. Only those who surrender unto me can cross beyond this potency of mind. Devisha gunamai mama maya duratyaya mame vaye prapadyante maya metam tarantite maya metam tarantite. This external energy of mind, which consists of the three gunas, which bewilders the jivas, is certainly very difficult to overcome. But those who take exclusive shelter of me can easily transcend this maya. So someone may ask a question, how can one become free from the delusion created by the three gunas? In response, Bhagavan speaks this shloka beginning with the word Devi. This maya is called Devi because it deludes the devas, the jivas, who are divine by nature, but who are absorbed in the sporting pleasures of sense enjoyment. This maya is gunamai, composed of the three gunas. The word gunamai has another meaning. It has the form of a strong rope with three strands. This Bhairanga Shakti, which belongs to me. Parmeshwara is Duratya, extremely difficult to cross it. No one is able to cut this rope and become free from the bondage of the gunas. Shri Bhagavan says, believe me. Then he touches his own chest and goes on to say, Mam. A person can only transcend this Maya if he exclusively surrenders unto me in this form of Shama Sundar. Para, spiritual, Apara, material, are the Bhagavan's two types of Shakti. The spiritual internal energy is called Antaranga, Chit Shakti, and the material external energy is called Bhairanga, Achit, Apara or Maya Shakti. In the Upanishad, it is also said that Mayam tu Prakritim Vidyan, Mainam tu Maheshwar. Maya should be understood as Apara Shakti, and the person, Purusha, who is the shelter of Maya, should be understood to be the Maheshwar, the supreme controller. The jiva is bewildered by Maya Shakti and therefore is unable to understand the nature of the self. This insurmountable Maya of Bhagavan cannot be overcome by anyone without his mercy. Bhagavatam 8.5.30 says, Yasya kasyati tarati mayam yasya jano muhyati vedanartham. So one may question that if Maya Shakti is the cause of the jiva's bondage, can one become free from this bondage by pleasing this Maya Shakti? What is the need to take shelter of Sri Hari, Guru and Vaishnava? In the present shloka, Bhagavan responds to this using the word Mama Maya. He says this Maya is not independent, rather it is under my control. So it has no independence to liberate anyone from the material world. That is what he means by the statement, Mam evaye prapadyante. Only a person who surrendered to me can cross over this insurmountable Maya of mine. Others cannot. This is considered in the Srimad Bhagavatam 10.14.58. Samashitaye padapallavaplavam mahat padam punya yasho murarir bhavam buddhir vatsa padam param padam 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 ya vipadam natesham. When a person takes shelter of the boat of the lotus feet of Sri Krishna, who is supremely famous and is the shelter of great personalities such as Shiva and Brahma, this ocean of the material world becomes just like the water contained in the hoof print of a calf. His supreme destination is then Vaikuntha, which is free from all types of miseries. So, Samashitaye Padapallavaplavam Mahat Padam Punyayasho Murare Bhavam Buddhirvatsa Param Param Padam 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 Yadvi Padam Natesham. Similarly, this is useless. The so-called Maya Mohita Chetasa. The whole material world is like that. They are trying to improve the condition, but that is not possible. Therefore, they are called Maya Mohita Chetasa. Simply he is thinking that if I do like this, if I go a step forward, I shall improve my condition. No, that is not possible. That is described in another place. Nate vidu swartha gatim hi Vishnum durashaye pairarthamanina andha yathandhai rupaniyamana tepi shatantya urudam nibaddha Matirna Krishne Paratasvato Vaha Mitho bhi Abhipadet Gruhabhratana. Gruhabhratana Matirna Krishne. Those who have taken it as a vow that I shall remain in this family life and improve my condition. Gruhabhratana. Gruhabhrata. Grasta and Gruhabhrata are different. Grasta means Grasta the ashram. A man is living with husband and wife or children, but the aim is how to improve spiritual life. That is Grihastha ashram. And one who has no such aim, he simply wants to enjoy the senses. And for that purpose, he is decorating the house, decorating the wife, children. That is called Gurha Brata or Gurha Mevi. In Sanskrit, there are different terms for different meanings. So those who are Gurha Brata, they cannot be Krishna conscious. Matirna Krishna Paratasvato. Parata means by the instruction of Guru or instruction of authority. Parata and Sotova. Sota means automatically. And automatically is not possible even by instruction. Because his vow is that I shall remain in this way. Gravratanam. Matirna Krishna Paratasvatova Mitho Vipaddeta. Mitha. Not by conference, not by meeting, by passing resolution. If you want to become Krishna conscious, that is not possible. It is all individual. I have to surrender to Krishna individually. Just like when you go to the sky on airplane, it is all individual. If one airplane is in danger, other airplane cannot save you. That is not possible. Similarly, it is all individual. It is all Paratasvatova. One has to take it serious personally. That Krishna wants, so I will surrender. Krishna says, Sarva dharman parityajya mamekam sharanam braja. Not that when my father will do, then I shall do. My husband will do, then I shall do. Or my wife will do, no. It is all individual. It is all individual. And there is no restraint. There is no restraint. Ahi tuki apratyata. If you want to surrender to Krishna, nobody can check you. Ahi tuki apratyata. Yatma supasudhi. When you do that individually, collectively, if it is done, it is good, but it has to be done individually. So because every one of us are Maya Mohita Chetasa. Maya Mohita Chetasa means Prahlad Maharaj has described Vimukha Chetasa. Maya Mohita Chetasa means averse to Krishna. I want everything except Krishna. That is Maya Mohita Chetasa. I want everything but except Krishna. That is my missing point. Because we are rascals, fools. We do not know what we should want. Nate vidu swartha gatim hi Vishnu. He does not know that his actual want is Krishna. Just like a small child crying, and we are trying to pacify him, giving this, giving that. But he's crying because his actual want is his mother. And as soon as the mother comes, takes the child on the lap, immediately he stops. Similarly, we want Krishna because we are part and parcel of Krishna. That we want. Just like a part and parcel of a machine. If it is taken away from the machine, it has no value. One screw. So Suppose your typewriter machine, one screw is missing and the machine is not working nicely. So without the machine, that one screw has no value. If it is lying somewhere, one does not know what is the screw, nobody cares for it. It is no worth. But if you want to complete the machine, if you want to go to purchase in a mechanical shop, that very screw which has no value, you have to purchase at 10 rupees because it is to be fit up. In this way, we are part and parcel of Krishna, part and parcel of Krishna. When we are along with Krishna, we have got value. Otherwise, no value. There are so many examples. This finger, when it is attached to the body, if there is any trouble, you can spend thousands of rupees to cure the trouble. But if the finger is cut off, amputated, and thrown on the street, it has no value. No value. Similarly, so long we are Maya Mohita Chetasa, out of Krishna's touch, we have no value. No value, valueless, useless. That is our position. Matirna Krishne Paratasvatova. The position is that Adanta Govir Vishatam Tamisra. When you forget Krishna, what is that forgetfulness? When you are interested in sense gratification. That is called forgetfulness. Everyone is, even an animal, a small insect, everyone is interested in sense enjoyment. This morning I was reading in the Bhagavatam. One Saubhari Muni, he was a great yogi. And within the water, he was executing the yoga, mystic. And he saw that two fishes are enjoying sex. So he became sexually inclined. Old man, yogi. He went to Mandata king that you give me one daughter, your daughter. So he was within the water, old man. An old man's bodily feature is not very good. The king knew that this is a useless person. But he is a yogi. He has come to ask me for a daughter. So he said, yes, you are welcome. I have got my 50 daughters. So anyone will like you, you can accept. I have no objection. So Saubhari Muni understood that the king has tactfully avoided to give his daughter. So he was a yogi. So he made himself very beautiful young man. That yogi can do that. They can change because we are not this body. So body is old, it can be younger. Younger body can be older. Nowadays in medical science, they are also doing. A man is woman, woman is a man. So body can be changed. There is no difficulty if you know the process. So he changed to a very nice, beautiful young man. So all the 50 daughters, they became attractive. They began to fight. Oh, he is for me. He is not for you. So anyway, he accepted all the 50 daughters. In this way, he became very elevated householder. But at some time, he began to think, what is this enjoyment? Simply by seeing the sex affairs of the fish, I was a yogi, I was a tapasvi, I lost everything. Now I am a householder and paid husband of this woman. So he came to his senses. Again he went to the forest for tapasya. So this material life, however opulent it may be, it is Maya Mohita Chetasa. It has no value. It has no value. Why? Because in this life, I may be very favorably situated by arrangement, by improving my material condition. But after death, Dehantara Praptihi. We do not know what kind of body we are going to get. It may not be as comfortable. So karmis, those who are little advanced than the ordinary foolish persons, there are first of all, ordinary foolish persons means animals. They are just like animals. And little above that, they are karmis. And little above that, there are gyanis. And little above that, there are yogis. And above all of them is the bhakta. Therefore, bhakta life is the samam bonam of life. So Krishna comes here. Seva jiva lokasya maya mohita chetasa vidatse svena virena. Krishna comes down. It is said in the Bhagavad Gita also. Yada yada hi dharmasya glanir bhavati bharata. The dharma is, I am servant of Krishna. That is my position. Dharma means characteristic. Just like sugar has to become sweet. That is dharma. A chili has to be hot. Sugar. If it is chili taste, useless. A chili sweet taste, it is useless. So this taste of a particular thing is called dharma. So this dharma, according to the body, is developed in this material world. But the original dharma, original is the spirit soul. That spirit soul is the part and parcel of Krishna, and his duty is to serve Krishna. That is original dharma. So in order to teach that original dharma, Krishna comes. Yada yada hi dharmasya glanir bhavati bharata. Glani means discrepancies. When the conditioned soul is by the influence of Maya, is engaged in sense gratification, that is called dharmasya glani. Yada yada hi dharmasya. Just like nowadays, nobody is interested. The so-called educated or advanced man, if we say that you have to serve Krishna, this is not your duty. You are going to the office and earning daily 5,000 rupees. That is simply useless. Useless. It is simply a waste of energy. Who will believe it? Nobody. Oh, this is a nonsense proposal. But Shastra says that. Dharma sunushkita pumsam vishvaksena tatha suya bhutpade ganiratim shramayevahi kevalam. You are doing your duty very nicely. Your dharma means your occupational duty. Suppose you are an engineer, you are doing your duty very nicely, or a medical man, or a businessman, or anyone. Everyone has to do something. You cannot sit down idly and you will get your livelihood. Even if you are a lion, you have to work. Nahi suptasya simhasya. Pravashati mukhe mriga. That is, the material world is like that. Even if you are as powerful as a lion, you cannot sleep. If you think I am lion, I am the king of the forest, let me sleep, and the animal will come and enter in my mouth. No, that is not possible. Even if you are animal, you have to catch up an animal. Then you will be able to eat. Otherwise, you will have to starve. Therefore, Krishna says, Nityam kuru karmatvam karma jayo hi akarmana. You must do your duty. Sharirayatra pichate na prasiddheta akarmana. Don't think. The rascal say that Krishna consciousness movement is teaching people to escape. Uh, they have become escapists. No, that is not Krishna's instruction. You do not allow any lazy man. He must be engaged. That is Krishna consciousness movement. That is Krishna's order. Nityam Kuru Karma. Arjuna was refusing to fight. He was trying to be non-violent gentleman. Krishna did not allow him. No, no, you cannot do that. That is your weakness. Kutastva kashmalamidam vishame samupasthitam. You are proving yourself rascal. It is anarya jushta. This kind of proposal is for anarja, uncivilized man. Don't do that. That is Krishna's instruction. So don't think that Krishna consciousness movement, those who are Krishna conscious, they will become lazy and imitate Haridas Thakur. That is not Krishna consciousness. Krishna consciousness means Krishna instructs. You must be very, very busy, 24 hours. That is Krishna consciousness. Not to become a lazy fellow, eat and sleep. No. So this is dharmasya glani. You have to change your angle of vision. In the material condition life, your aim is to how to satisfy your senses. And Krishna consciousness means you have to work in the same spirit, same vigor. But you have to satisfy Krishna. That is spiritual life. Not that to become lazy fellow. The difference is, as it is said by author Krishnadas, Atmendriya Priti Vancha Tare Bali Kam. What is Kam? Kam means when one desires to satisfy his own senses, that is Kam. Krishnendriya Priti Ichha Dhare Prema. What is Prem? Prema means when you engage yourself for satisfying Krishna's senses. They are exalted because they are only one senses. They are recommended. Ramya Kachitu Vasana Vajavena Kalpita. They had no other business. Vrindavan means those who are in Vrindavan. If they actually want to live in Vrindavan, their business should be how to satisfy the sense of Krishna. That is Vrindavan. Not that I am living in Vrindavan and trying to satisfy myself. That is not Vrindavan Vasi. That kind of living is, there are so many monkeys, dogs and hogs also. They are in Vrindavan. Do you mean to say that they are living in Vrindavan? No. Anyone who wants to satisfy senses in Vrindavan, their next life is dogs, hogs, and monkeys. You must know that. So one should not try to gratify senses in Vrindavan. That is a great sin. Simply try to satisfy Krishna's senses. Sarvopadirvinirmuktam tatparattvena nirmalam Rishikena Rishikesham Sevanam Bhakti. That is bhakti. Rishikena Rishikesha Sevanam. So in order to teach this lesson to us, the conditioned souls, Jiva Loka, Krishna, Vidatse Svena Viryena, by his own potency. Own potency means if you surrender to Krishna, he has got such potency, he can deliver you from this conditioned life, Jiva Loka. He can make you purified, Mukti. That is called Mukti. When you are free from this conditioned stage, this bodily conception of life, then you become free simply by understanding Krishna. Janma karma jame divyam yo janati tatvata tattvadeham punarjanma naiti mamiti. So Arjuna, after giving up this body, he does not get any more this material body. Then what happens to him? Tattvadeham punarjanma naiti mam iti. So Arjuna, Krishna comes to call you back. So he comes back. If you take Krishna's instruction, you go back to Krishna. And again, you become happy. Otherwise, Maya Mohita Chetasa, you have to suffer life after life. Thank you very much. We'll stop here. Verse number 1.7.24. Tomorrow, verse number 25. And I think tomorrow is also Friday. We'll also discuss Bhagavad Gita as it is. Actually, Gurudev's Bhagavad Gita. So tomorrow will be verse 1.7.25. Vancha kalpatarivesha kripa sindhudeva pradana pavane Vishnu Daivata Maharaj. जय श्री शिव गौरांग गांधर विकार गिरिधारी श्री राधा व्यास जी की जय। जय इनकलाब प्रेस जगद्गुरु शिष्य भक्तिदांत नारायण गोस्वामी महाराज गुरुदेव की जय। इनकलाब विष्णु विष्णुपाद शिष्यमत भक्तिदांत वामन गोस्वामी महाराज की जय। इनकलाब विष्णु विष्णुपाद शिष्यमत आचार्य के श्री भक्ति प्रज्ञान केशव गोस्वामी महाराज की जय। जय इनकलाब विष्णु विष्णुपाद शिष्यमत भक्तिदांत स्वामी महाराज की जय। सब परिकर गुरु श्री भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती गोस्वामी गोपाल की जय। प्रेम से गो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्री वासारी गौर भक्त वृंद की जय। जय श्री राधा कृष्ण गोप गोपी गोवर्धन पार्श्वनाथ मंडल की जय। हरिनाम संकीर्तन की जय। अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय। प्रेमदी स्वामी शिष्यमत भक्तिदांत दंडी महाराज जी की जय। नामनी श्री संत अनिरुद्धास प्रभु की जय। कामिका एकादशी की जय। एकादशी पालनकारी भक्त वृंद की जय। निकाय गौर सीता प्रेमानंदे हरि 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 हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम राम